Good morning, everyone. Anthony Johnson here. I'm going to take you on a little bit of my ritual with my medications, dealing with HIV and other issues. You have to make sure you get your meds ready and that you're organized because there's a lot of pills. So first thing is I need to take my meds for today because I haven't done that yet. So bear with me for a moment. I do that every day, every morning, once a day, every single morning. I could split it up into 2 or 3 times a day, but I prefer it at one time just to get it done and over with. What I'm going to start doing here is I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the medications I'm taking. I'm going to start first with my HIV medication. This is Intolince. Intolince I take twice a day. Again, it's for HIV. Or some people say Intolince. I think it's actually Intolince, I say Intolince. So I take 2 a day, so 2 go into my weekly medication holders. All right, get those in there. Next is my Centris. I take 3 medications. Some people take 1 pill a day. Some people take 2 pills a day. I take 3 pills a day. Some people take more than that. So this is what I take, and it works for me. Each regimen is different based on the individual. So, again, this works for me. My CD4 count's good. My viral count's good. This I've been doing for about 4 or 5 years, and it's working for me for now. So hopefully I won't have to change my meds anytime soon. So 2 of these a day. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days. Put that aside. This is Truvada. This is my 3rd medication. Truvada is an interesting medication because Truvada is not just for people living with HIV. It's also the primary medication used in PrEP, what is preventative prophylactics, for those individuals that might have a higher risk of contracting HIV. This can be used in conjunction with condoms. It has to be taken on a regular basis every single day. You see a doctor. Doctor keeps track of your kidney functions and those type of things, but this could be a real a great barrier to help reduce HIV infections. If you're interested in that, make sure you talk to an HIV specialist or go to any HIV service organization. They can tell you more about that. Okay, so let's put this in here. This is only once a day, 1 pill a day. So there we go. 1, 2, 4, 5. All righty, that's good. So that's my HIV med. Now we're going to talk a little bit about other issues. HIV. I've been HIV positive for 22 years. I'm aging with HIV. That comes with some other issues. I didn't expect to live this long. I didn't expect to age, and now I'm dealing with health issues from that. So I have chronic. I have arthritis, osteoarthritis in multiple areas. Also, I have fibromyalgia. Fibromyalgia is exhausting. It causes pain throughout the body in different areas. You could have your up days, your bad days. Sometimes bad days are so bad you can't move. Sometimes the good days are good days, so you take it as you can. I've had to reduce my activity. I had to stop working because I went back to work and I had to stop working because it's just too much for me physically. So this is baclofen. Baclofen is a mild muscle relaxer. I take it 3 times a day. It kind of helps with the tension and the pain that you can have because it could be muscle pain. It could be pain in your joints. It could be pain in your ligaments. So this gives me a little bit of help with that. So again, I take it 3 times a day, once in the morning, once in the afternoon, and 1 time at bed. So this goes in here because I take all of this in the morning. So the other ones I take are different, individually. So those go in there. And then this is Cymbalta. It's Cymbalta. It's the generic version of it because generic's a lot cheaper. Cymbalta is actually originally an antidepressant. What they've learned is it affects those individuals with fibromyalgia in a positive way. And what it does is if you're familiar with the flight or fight syndrome, when you have that happening where you're like something happens and you're scared and your body just gets overly excited, eventually those chemicals calm down and you're fine. Seems that for people with fibromyalgia that differs because it's kind of like that chemical is constantly going and it has no place to go, so it kind of throws um, your mind or your brain off, so you're constantly feeling things you shouldn't necessarily feel. So they're constantly learning. They're not really sure exactly what fibromyalgia is, what triggers it. Could be something that's happened that has been traumatic, physically traumatic, or something of that nature. They don't know. So, and I've been through a lot of physical stuff in my time, so that could be it. I don't know. So, but this I take twice a day. I take once in the morning and once in the evening. So this goes in here. I'm telling you about all this stuff because I think it's important that we learn from each other. And if this is something that can help you learn and find out more about what you need to do for yourself, I think it's fantastic because we all need to be our own advocate and learn about these things and learn how to talk to our doctors about it. So this is turmeric. Turmeric is an over-counter drug that you can get. It's been found to be great for reducing this as an anti-inflammatory, reducing the inflammation in joints and muscles. This is, I spoke to my doctor about it. He said it was good to take. I take 2 of these. This is, how much is this? I think this is 500 milligrams. 500 milligrams. It's suggested not to take over 2,000 per day. I'm actually going to look at, there's one out there, it's a liquid turmeric with pepper. I spoke to another individual that takes it, and I've also heard it and read it, that something about the turmeric with pepper seems to activate it, so it actually works better. So I'm going to get a look at that and see what that's about. So, but I take 2 of these a day. 2, 4, 50. You got to make fun of it. You have to enjoy it. Enjoy it, but you have to do something to keep your mind off of things and not focus on, oh my God, all these pills and all this stuff I have to do. Just try to make fun of how things are, because otherwise you want to cry. You don't want to cry, you want to enjoy your life. So I try to make fun of it. B complex, because you need your vitamins and nutrients. So I take a B complex a day. I also take a liquid B12. It's oral, it fits under the tongue. You hold it on your tongue and then you swallow it. I do that once a day in the morning. Just give me that little added boost. I could do the B12 shots, but it's not really convenient to have to go to the doctor all the time to get 12 shots. So this is low-dose aspirin, or what they would generally call baby aspirin. There's heart disease in my family. My mother died in 1997. No, I'm sorry, 2007, from a heart attack. I didn't know. I found out 2 years later, but she had a heart attack. My father has an internal defibrillator because he has heart issues as well. So it only makes sense that I do my best to minimize my chances of having a heart attack, especially because of that and all the other health issues that I have. It's also known that HIV itself is an inflammatory disease. So your body, your joints, your muscles, your internal organs, they get inflamed, so that could cause a heart to inflame as well. So the best thing is to be smart, aware, and prepared. So put these in here. There we go. Put that aside. Glucosamine, chondroitin. This is for joints. This is kind of to help the joints move a little bit, kind of lubricate the joints because of arthritis. It actually helps with that. One thing I want to do is maintain my mobility. I want to do my best not to let it get any further because there's not going to be able to change it. Fibromyalgia doesn't have a cure. Arthritis doesn't have a cure. HIV doesn't have a cure. So these are all chronic conditions that you have to learn to live with. I have to learn to live with, and that's what I'm doing, is doing my best to make sure that I can live with it and be healthy with it. So these are kind of chunky little pills, but after a while taking pills, you kind of get used to it. Don't want to take a horse pill, but if you have to, you have to. So that goes in. Fish oil. Some people don't like to take fish oil because they say it gives them fishy aftertaste. It doesn't bother me any. I can take more than 2 a day. I only take 1 a day. But what this is for different things as well. It's supposed to help with arthritis as well as heart. It's supposed to help with maintaining that positive stuff. So exactly what, I don't know, but that's what it's said to do. So I'm taking my fish oil. So 1. It actually helps with your cholesterol level too. My cholesterol level is perfect. It's never really been bad, but it really helps with that too. It's supposed to be a really good for that. If you don't like fish oil, I believe there's other out there that you can take that is similar to it. I believe krill oil is similar to it. Again, talk to your doctor. They can explain it to you. Calcium with vitamin D. I used to walk everywhere. I used to bike everywhere. So I was outside in the sun. I live in Florida, so I was getting my vitamin D. I used to drink milk. Well, I don't drink milk anymore because I have a lactose intolerance and I have intolerance to beef, so I don't deal with that anymore. So I drink almond milk. So I take my calcium because I have to have my calcium for good joints. And then of course my vitamin D, because vitamin D, again, it does a lot of things for the body, but especially for your bones. So I make sure I take that on a daily basis. This again is a big pill. See, it's a big pill, but again, you do what you have to do. And it goes in. There, almost done. One more to go, and that is a multivitamin. Men's multivitamin. This is the store brand. I do the store brand because all of these can be very costly. Gratefully, I'm got Medicare, which covers my medical costs, or as far as my medication cost. For the others, I'm on the ADAP program, which is AIDS Drug Assistance Program, to help too with my HIV medications. But for over-the-counter stuff, that can get costly. So what I do is I either go and find them in bulk sizes, or if they have buy one get one free, any of those things, just to help with cost. Because it costs a lot to stay this pretty. So put this in here, and voila. And there we go. There is my meds all set for the week ahead. Again, I try to stay ahead of it, because if you don't stay ahead of it, you get lost. So this is, welcome to my world. This is a weekly occurrence for setting up my meds, daily occurrence for taking my meds. Again, I've been HIV positive for 22 years. Just recently started dealing with fibromyalgia and arthritis within the last year and a half. So life is always changing. Life is always something. So you just deal with it and you move on and enjoy your life and be as happy as you are. And I just want to remind you, World's AIDS Day every day, aging with HIV and fibromyalgia. It is World's AIDS Day for those of us living with HIV every day. So please get educated, get tested, talk to your doctors. If you are HIV positive, make sure that you have that great relationship with your doctors. And that's one thing I'm very grateful for, is I have really great health care. So talk to you soon. Bye.